And now, the Other Side Media Group presents to you the legendary, the refound Eddy K.
Yes, live from Belleville's Market Square in beautiful downtown Belleville.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for some amazing entertainment.
Yes, and look for Eddy K in a neighborhood near you.
Keep on rocking.
Keep on rocking. Take it away, Eddy.
So this song's called Relief, and it's ironically the last song that I'm playing tonight. Floating across the screen, so like a dancing, being a trickster ain't no
This is the Other Side Live with Josh and Jeremy Davis. Live on location, Market Square.
Great stuff, Eddy.
Awesome, Eddy K.
So,
Eddy, you're okay with us.
absolutely. Cheers.
Amazing.
I was just wondering, Eddy, or maybe our viewers were wondering, so what made you decide you wanted to get into music and busking in the first place?
Originally, I moved out of Belleville and I moved to Guelph, and essentially all my bandmates were growing up and went off to college, and I went and found myself in other ways. So I essentially found out real quick that in order to, occupy myself, I needed to just play the music that I love.
Well,
And
that's
so I just
wonderful.
went out to the street and started writing. And that's, where a lot of these songs come from, were literally written on the pavement in front of No Frills in Guelph there. I
Yeah.
was there for a couple of years, made a good amount of money,
So,
but I also made, a lot of good friends.
so in your opinion, Eddie,
Yes.
what defines a good singer-songwriter in today's world?
I think that what would define a good singer-songwriter is just allowing themselves to be free. Do not put a block up. Do not be afraid of being a fool. Do not...
And to show your emotions
Exactly.
and creativity and try and connect with your audience.
Exactly. There is no fear in love, right? So
Yeah.
if you love what you do not fear it. And that's my whole approach.
Yes. Well, do you think in today's modern world, especially after the pandemic, people are fearing to get out there and to express themselves,
Yes.
or no?
Yes, I feel like a lot of people essentially got stuck in the shutdown and really just couldn't claw their way back out. And I think that, enough time has passed that we should all, if we have something to say, get out there. Like, I work 9 to 5. I just come out here to blow off some steam, but I'm still being heard in some way.
Yeah.
I'm not here for money, I'm here for the exposure.
Do you think, Eddie, that music can enrich the soul and inspire the heart and make people smile and maybe forget about their depression
Oh, certainly.
or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I think that definitely...
If I can get in there after this.
Music has the power, because it's magic. It's essentially magic, right?
Yeah.
It's just like taking a piece of wood and some strings, if you're playing the guitar,
Eh.
and you're making something magical happen.
And
It's no
music-
different than a wand in my hand.
And music can transport you back to the good old memories
Yeah.
of family and friends, or remind you of happy or
Exactly.
sad times or holidays or anything. I can remember coming down here all the time with our family, and my dad, our late father, Gordon Davis, always liked the music and the arts, and he always liked coming down here and meeting the people along with Mom, and it enriches the heart, and it just makes you feel better when you're out in the sunshine. So every time we hear a good music venue or something, or have a beautiful bourbon pizza, I'm transported back to that time, when we were all together. It's memories that you'll hold on to forever, right? Yeah. Jeremy? Well, most definitely. And if I could finally get in here, Josh is taking all the time. This is not our actual radio version. This is just our live reality video series. But anyway, he just had lots to say there. I usually do too. But I was just going to echo a while back there, Eddie, after you were finished performing, that, it wasn't until my late father passed, unfortunately, that I found my my creative gift in songwriting. Josh did some songwriting before.
Songwriting and poetry.
We both did poetry, but you converted some of your poems into lyrics with our uncle Bob. But when Dad passed away, and some people say, "Well, you knew he was sick," it still was unexpected when he passed. It was right before Christmas, and it was tragic. But out of that, and his courageous battle with cancer, and what he taught us, and Mom, and that, and out of all our grief, all these words and that just came flooding to my soul. And so I believe that music, arts, creativity can be so therapeutic and cathartic.
Missy, our sister, writes music as well.
Absolutely.
And plays the piano by ear, so she's very talented.
But I just want to make mention that the songs that I've done, they're not all sad. They're not all about one subject, but that's the beauty of it. The expression. Sometimes you can't always find the words to say in conversation. So when you put it to music, it can take on a life of its own. And is that what you have experienced in your original writing throughout your time of doing this? I don't know how long have you been performing or writing music, Eddy?
So I started off actually up at St. Michael's here in Belleville.
Yes.
I wrote a poem that was in the third perspective of some soldier going through World War II.
Yeah.
And I submitted it to Shine Magazine, which was a magazine that was around at the time for Catholic schools.
Yes.
And my teacher at the time, unfortunately, felt that it was too mature and morbid for somebody my age. So she went and essentially tried to get me help, by which they tried to put me through a whole bunch of testing to find out what was wrong with me. Essentially all that they found out was that I like to write. So that was in grade 5, and not grade 5, that was in grade 7. I was writing before that, but what I was doing before that, I wasn't showing anybody. I was doing typing.
She didn't really understand your writing ability, and
No.
she thought it was a cry for help.
Exactly. I don't even know if she thought that it was a cry for help so much as she thought that I was mentally ill, because she felt like I could see something that somebody else couldn't, because it was very detailed. I call it the spitting point of life.
But really, that's a gift.
Yeah, that's how I viewed it.
It is a gift.
Yeah.
And I say it respectfully.
Yeah.
The teacher might have not meant nothing, but back then, the stigma of like that wasn't talked about.
No, it certainly wasn't.
So,
and at that point, so what she ended up trying to do, because I was my size, right? I was a big guy, even back then. So they tried and succeeded to get me to skip grade 8 and go over to Centennial. So I ended up skipping grade 8, not knowing how fundamental grade 8 is just socially for getting somebody prepared. So I went from a split class of 5, 6, 7
so did you
straight into high school.
Did you kind of feel socially awkward?
I felt
at the time, or no?
like the black sheep, certainly. I felt like I wasn't
Just give me.
allowed to be there.
And,
So-
and sometimes you didn't feel accepted, or how did you rise above that, Eddy?
I played football for a few years.
Yes.
I
Oh,
just
let me get in here, if you will, Josh. I don't
No
mean to
problem,
interrupt,
no
and I
problem.
don't mean to interrupt Eddy. And I know you've got to go. This is a prelude, and we're going to have you on the other side live, and we'll have you back on our video series. This is
So
just this is
played a lot of football.
this is just an impromptu
with the
thing.
water boy.
I was a Centennial football player, and I played junior as well. But I used that basically to kind of get my aggression out, I guess. And then I was like, I love music. So what ended up happening, my father, when I was 16, he died of cancer.
Yeah.
And it was right before Christmas. And what I did was basically stepped away from a lot of different things and sunk myself into my guitar.
Yeah.
And basically just learned the basics, I guess, and did a lot of like weird things.
Well, that's wonderful.
Playing the guitar through while commercials are playing and stuff, just trying to keep my brain occupied, not thinking about all too much about the heaviness of everything.
Yeah.
And then I had the chance to join a band, so of course I just jumped on that. And then all kinds of bands, all kinds of experiences, and then now here I am.
Well, what I wanted to say, I just sort of have to step back here. Okay. Do you feel, Eddy, that without the experiences we go through in life, the good, the bad, or the indifferent, we wouldn't be the people we are today, and it wouldn't lead us to where we're supposed to be, even despite the fact sometimes with those experiences it can be very painful and challenging. Other times things can be happy, but you know how life is an up and down roller
Life
coaster.
throws you
It
curveballs,
really does.
but
Well-
it all depends how you catch them.
So what's your take on that?
No regrets. I have a song about it. But basically my view is that without the experiences that I've had in my life, I would not be the person that I am today. And I honestly feel like I still have a lot of work to do to be, as good as I possibly can, or as centered is more of a word that I would use, not good. But yeah, just embracing it all, because like you said, without those experiences, who are we? And really, to have regrets, like hard regrets, unless you've done something seriously evil, that's
Yes.
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just the experiences that we've had, the ups and downs. Without those things, we wouldn't learn. And we're here for the experience, so why don't we embrace it fully?
Absolutely. And so, what are you?
That's what Jeremy and I try and do each and every day of our life.
Exactly.
We try and be positive go-getters, and we are for the most part. But there is sometimes I question why we're going through some of these challenges, and why I have to go through some of my challenges with my cerebral palsy. But I want to tell you folks, we don't let it stop us. We are go-getters. We are trailblazers.
Exactly.
And together we can make a difference and move mountains.
Absolutely.
You guys honestly have been a huge inspiration for me when I was growing up, because I saw you guys everywhere. You didn't let anything keep you down. You're just
Whoa.
like, I'm going
Well, thank you. You know, Eddie, that's just amazing to hear because oftentimes I don't always think like I don't want to put words in Josh's mouth, but I'm sure he feels the same way. I don't always think very highly of myself, believe it or not. Even despite the fact of everything we've accomplished, I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of what we've done, but I just look at myself as someone who has just tried to do their best, tried to make a difference, but I don't always. That's what Mom has said. That's what Dad said when he was around, and so on. You know, I just sometimes have to stop and take stock, and so it feels good to. It's not about getting a pat on the back, but it feels good to hear from great friends like you that we have made an impact. Because if you make an impact on one person, it's all worthwhile.
We have to stop and smell the roses and just be there for each other. Try and be the change that you want to see, and try and love each one of us each and every day. None of us are totally perfect, but we try and be a good example for people. Like I can tell you, rest assured, after 6 months of losing Dad, it's been an up and down roller coaster.
Absolutely.
For us all, but I want to tell you, our best is yet to come. Dad's smiling down upon us today. He's proud of what we all accomplished, because he really believed we are family, and I just want to say, Mom and Dad are true heroes of mine, true heroes of you, Jeremy, and my loving sister, Melissa. We've been through a lot, but I'd like to say we're a real bunch of people. We love.
I gotta swing the camera back around.
We love our city. We love our family and friends, and
you have a lot to say today.
Reach out to us, and just contact us, and we'll be glad to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Because that's what the world needs.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know I didn't get to talk as much as I wanted to. As I said, Josh had a lot to say today. But we will we'll do other radio shows. Perhaps we can do some future events with you with the other side.
Eddie, I gotta ask you. Yes. How did you get your beard so snazzy like that, like a ZZ Top look there?
Essentially, I had a friend that had put some braids in it early last year.
Yes.
And
sort of Caribbean.
Yeah. And so I just let them go. And then, so I don't know if you guys know like the Chinese zodiac and all that. When you go to the Chinese food and they have like all the animals.
Oh yeah.
You could be, right?
Well, that's pretty cool.
And 1981 is like an iron rooster, right?
Okay.
So the rooster, they have wattles. That's what they call underneath their chin,
Yes.
right? Like a wattle.
Okay.
So I'm just like, okay, well these are my wattles. So yeah, it's just like a thing. I don't know. I just
That's
I hesitate to
Yeah.
let them go because they mean a lot.
So if I can
They
get a,
give you strength.
so Josh,
sense, yes.
I don't want to interrupt, and I don't want to interrupt Eddie. If I can get a couple more things in here, because I don't know how much time we have
Well,
left
keep going.
on here right now.
Keep going. This is good stuff.
Well, I know, but I don't know how much time we have for the
An
footage.
exclusive
The other side,
series.
live here on Belleville's Market Square with Eddie. Anyway,
Did you join? Did you join a lot of bands to meet a lot of girls growing up?
Certainly, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we all did.
well, that's that
I
could
actually
be a
met
good
my-
idea.
I did. At one point, I was married. It didn't last a whole long time, but I met her through my drummer. It's weird because I end up meeting a lot of women through whatever drummer I have at the time. So drummers are like, they know it. They're
Yeah.
magnets, right?
Maybe they're a wingman too. You know.
Hey, I mean, I am a bird.
Yeah.
Fly like an
I just
eagle.
want to say, I just want to say, Eddie, that you know,
Joking with you.
through everything that you've done so far and that you've achieved, or what you've dreamed of doing, what would you like to accomplish next and why? And we want to point out that when you're busking or when you're performing anywhere, like you have, and they're all original songs that you compose, as we were talking about earlier, and you have a CD. You can tell them how they can get that, but what would you like to achieve next in your musical journey or your life in general, Eddie?
My goal right now
Who
is,
would you like to perform with?
oh, there's lots that I'd love to perform with. Right now, what I'm wanting to do is basically play as many local shows or local events as possible, or local, like with you guys with the Other Side Media, with there's like the UTV on Coachco that I'm trying to get onto.
Yeah.
Very hard. The pop-ups down at the bay, pop-ups at the bay during the afternoon.
Yeah,
We already
Westwood.
went over the Busker Fest stuff, so that was just funny.
Yeah,
and
Busker
stuff.
Fest is this weekend,
Yeah.
Friday and
I
Saturday
won't
downtown.
be technically officially a park, but I'll still be down here somewhere. I'll be gorillaing it, doing the thing.
Yes.
So I will be playing somewhere down here.
Well, there'll be extra all-stars like you, Eddie, in the crowd,
Who
so
would you like to
check it
perform
out.
with?
If
Given
I
the
had a
chance.
choice, like Canadian-wise, Dallas Green.
Oh yeah, that's
That would
amazing.
be a really, really cool thing, I feel. I mean, even Our Lady Peace at this point, because they're back on tour doing like new stuff. Big Wreck, I'm just thinking of bands that are still kicking and
Yeah,
performing live that are classically
well, that's
Canadian.
great. And finally, two other things, and we'll go for now, and we'll have you back soon. Again, we could talk to you all night, but it's gonna get there.
Was your family always?
Oh, you want to do this first,
Support.
and then we'll go.
I jumped in
Probably
there.
shouldn't go there if I feel no.
Was your
I'm
family
just
always
teasing.
supportive? Of
No. They don't even really acknowledge that I'm a musician or an artist, which is fine. That's their choice. I'm still gonna be me.
But sometimes, if you have it in your heart, you believe
You
it,
have to
you
follow.
achieve
Exactly.
it, you can live your own dream.
You have to
Yeah.
follow your own destiny.
My mom, she's different. She's very supportive.
So can you tell us about your mom?
Well,
Lovely lady. She's living up in Kingston. She works hard at Walmart up there. Does her days.
yeah.
And lives with my stepdad. He's a very, very nice man. Actually, funny story about her. So as I was growing up, her nickname was Stretch because she was a skinny, tall woman.
Yes.
So what she ended up doing, unbeknownst to her, obviously in her youth, was my stepdad's name is Daryl Stretch.
Yes.
So she ended up being Carol Stretch.
Oh,
So it was meant to be, right?
Yes.
that's
What-
amazing.
what-
So your mom was quite a role model for you.
Yes, certainly.
The two things I wanted to ask very quickly as we wrap up here on the Other Side Live special at Market Square with
Eddy K.
Eddy K is I wanted to ask now, how can people get your original, how can people get your original CD?
So you can find me pretty much anywhere online, on Spotify, on YouTube. Spotify is the best because it's going to help me pay for my internet. That's a good bad joke because it does legit pay for my internet, but you know that's all Spotify will pay. But they also pay for the actual album being on the distributors. So it's on Apple Music, Amazon, like iTunes obviously, YouTube Music, Deezer, all the weird little ones too. It's on like 35 different types of platforms. So if you can't, you know, be on one, it's on the other. It's up free on most other things too, like YouTube. So you'll find me.
No,
And the album is called Next of Kin.
Next of kin.
Now, in your opinion, Eddie, do you find that music is easier to get out on technology platforms than, say, 20 years ago?
Oh, certainly.
Or no?
I think that in a way it's easier to put out your stuff, but there's the trade-off, right? Because it's essentially like there's a lot of fish
Yeah.
in a very small pond,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so what would you say to the people out there to sort of be cautious and protect your music?
SoCan. Be sure to go on SoCan, register your music, because that's how
So
we do it in
it
Canada for copyright.
it would help you with copyright.
Yep.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
all my stuff, thankfully, my production team has done the actual work of going and getting the numbers for me. So actually, this
That's
CD
wonderful.
is going to be available at Sam the Record Man up at the Quinny Mall.
Okay.
Yes.
So
And that's
it's still going to be only $15 because that's how much.
and that's Next of Kin
Yes,
by Eddy K.
Yes, and
At Sam the Record Man.
there's nothing.
you guys can have a copy.
Oh, thank you, Eddie. Thank you, my
There's
friend.
nothing like
It's still sealed too.
there's nothing
Brand
like good music on the internet or Spotify or some of those platforms, but there's nothing like the good old fashioned record store too.
Exactly.
Can-
And I
can
still
you-
I still go to the record store.
Can you tell us about, if you will, that feeling when you were a kid and you were buying records for the very first time?
Oh, the very first time, actually, one of the very first records or tapes, because we were in the cassettes,
Yes.
right, was Vanilla Ice Live.
Yeah, Ice Baby.
And I love that album.
My
I don't know
sister
why.
Melissa always liked it.
Yes, I don't know. Like, I was into rock and all kinds of stuff, but for some reason, I really liked Vanilla Ice at the time. So that was when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had the whole ninja
Yeah.
rap thing going. So he was doing ninja rap.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
We saw the turtles down in Disney World. Cowabunga, dude.
One last thing, and we gotta go end it for right now on the Other Side Live. As I said, some of the crowd is getting a little, restless. Anyway, and it's not us. It's not us. Anyway, So, and that is, what would you say other than other than SOCAN and that? What would you say to inspiring musicians out there, Canadian songwriters, who want to get into the music business or fulfill their dream, but they're a little but they're a little afraid to do it.
I got the exact quote for you. That's why I was able to yell at that, because I knew exactly where you're going with this. So honestly, if you truly love what you do, it's not about making it big. It's about making it.
Making it and making it happen.
And making each and every day count.
Each and every day count. Because
Making every day count.
as I always say, life is a gift. You must live it, love it, be proud of it. For life is what we make it, and the gift is yours. It's all up to you.
And Josh and Eddie were in front of the camera. I'm behind the camera. This is Jeremy T. Davis narrating. I didn't get as many questions in on this roundtable discussion, but next time on the other side live. Josh had a lot to
Would
say.
you ever like to jam with us out on the road?
On the road again. Sounds like Willie Nelson there, but
Keep on trucking.
anyway, we'll see you later, and we'll see you around Belleville in the Quinte region. God bless you. God bless all the songwriters, Belleville and Canada, and people around the world. Thank you for watching.
We love
See
you
you on the
all.
other side. Thanks for being a friend, and thanks for the great CD. And plug the CD one more time.
Next of Kin by Eddy K, and they are all originals.
Eddie
All the
K.
originals.
Eddie K.
Hey.
Where's the sunglasses that night?
Oh yes, you want to see my eyeballs.
Okay.
There's my eyes.
And also, if you want to get, other than the downloads of Spotify and those great platforms, those are fine. But if you want to get the old-fashioned CD and have something tangible in your hands, check out the legendary, the last Sam the Record Man at the Quinte Mall, Belleville. They're a great staff up there, and that's where he'll be up there and all the songwriters. And we get our music and entertainment up there too. So God bless. We'll catch you later. Catch you on the road.
Peace.
See you on the other
love,
side.
and rock and roll.
I'm Jeremy T. Davis.
I'm Joshua Davis, and it's been a wonderful experience here talking with the legendary crooner himself, Mr. Eddy K.
Well, he's a rocker. He's a rocker. Peace out, Eddie. Eddy K. Good luck in all your future endeavors.
It's funny that I tried to get those ladies' attention.
Oh,
They were going to listen to me.
it's not stopping.